think anyone saw that at the start of the day.
No, and after the start they get off to, probably seen the best goal of the season at Broadhurst Park. You know, when the lad hits it, it's a wonder strike, and you're thinking the worst because you're playing against a fantastic Bamber Bridge side with a fantastic manager in Jay, a club really close to my heart. You know, and then you sink a little bit, and you think, oh no, but there was just some bounce today. You know, after that 10-minute wobble that we had at the start of the game, but we really got a foothold in the game, and I just thought it was driven on from the experienced boys. In your Curtis Jones, your Adam Dodge, your Griffiths, your Pottsies, but then you're throwing the youth and energy around it. Your Matt Cage, your Dantes, your Keembaroos, you know, your fullbacks, Woolers, and keeps Dan quiet. I just thought they were brilliant. And there was the 20 minutes at the end of the first half and the 20 minutes at the start of the second half before they went down to 10 men was as good as we've been. We were brilliant. And that's all down to, for me, intensity, hard work and energy. And that side's got it in abundance.
Yeah, I mean, even before the goal, they were very close to opening the scoring. It was only just a last ditch tackle from Curtis that stopped them taking the lead early on, and they looked really, really at it. And to be fair, all the way through that sort of like that first 20 minutes, even though we were getting back into it, their press was so good.
They're a brilliant side. You know, let's not take anything away. They were on 70 points in the Northern Premier League. They beat sides. We watched them Tuesday. They beat Shields. They beat everybody who they're up against. They're littered with talent. You know, and that's not down to the credit. The manager doesn't get enough credit. Jerry's done a brilliant job there, and you've got to credit him the way he plays football. Today, he's come across a side, you know, that was hungry, that was confident, that was resilient when we had to be. Our rotations were really good. That doesn't make them a bad side. They'll get the playoffs, and they'll give anyone a game. You know, give anyone a game, and you know, the supporter in me dad and stuff. I want Brig to go and do what they do, get themselves promoted. It's brilliant. So, you know, let's not underestimate what we've done, but they will bounce back. They'll be fine. But, you know, you've seen this league. You've seen winning at Morpeth winning at Hyde. Bamber Bridge winning. FC United beating, you know, Bamber Bridge. It's, you know, people moan and people speculate, is this league a good league? Wow, it's a fantastic league. And you've got to be on your mettle all the time. And today, the boys in there were on the mettle and they deserve the win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not going to go through some players and talk to who was doing what, but there was a kind of just that fluency and that fluidity, you know, especially at the front, basically just passes were happening and just being flicked on and people were running onto it. And, you know, the first goal from Dante, basically, he just found the pocket. The ball was just slid into him and basically you could tell he didn't think about that shot.
The touch from Potsy, the pass from Potsy, the finish from Dante was brilliant. And that's players that are playing at the top of the game. What I just said to the radio, Dante Gabidon will have inconsistent performances. Last night we were toying with him. Is he tired? Does he need to come out of the squad? Does he need a rest? I said in the team talk for the game, you're a fantastic talent. When you're playing at the top of your game, you're playing. But when you're pulling a kid from the counties and not paying him a great deal of money, he's going to have inconsistent performances. He's not going to hit the highs every week, but he's a really good player, and we've got to nurture him, develop him, like the United way. You know, bring the kids through, and that's what we're going to do. But don't expect him to have 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 performances each week, because if we could guarantee that, we'll go and get the £700-800 players a week that do that week in, week out. But we don't want to. It's not what we do. And I love working with your Donts and your Max Kane, your Van White, your Keembaroo, you know, Keegan Hartley, Guy Hall, Woolerton. They're a really breath of fresh air, and they're getting it, Tim. You know, and I'm fortunate because I speak to you every game and you get it. You come and watch us train. You know what we do in training. We work on that all the time. Some people, unfortunately, don't do that and moan when things don't go right, but it's not for a want to trying, you know, and these lads try. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. Today it's worked.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be said, basically, it's another top team we've taken on and basically beat them well at football.
So if we had the players available all season, we'd be getting promoted this season. I know that's a really bold statement to make, but you have Curtis Jones fit, you have Mike Donoghue fit, you have Potsy fit, you have Adam Dodd playing like he does today, you have Callum Green, you have Regan Linney, throwing in who we've just thrown in all the names, we get promoted, you know, but we haven't had them, and we've had a little bit of bad luck like everybody else has, and that's part of parcel. You're a bad manager, sack the manager, doesn't it? It's just it's part of football, and you either feel sorry for yourself and you get on with it, and when we lost Linney and when we lost Cribbin, you've got to go find the next one. So we find them. They've got to work on it in training. We have 2 hours a week with them. They've then got to get ready and then they start playing. But it's like we found the next one in Max. We do, and we'll develop him, we'll coach him. But we don't want him to move on. We want him to stay here. We want him to be part of the FC journey. Yeah, it's great developing players, but let's go and build a team that can rival the top end. And yeah, we want more money. Yeah, it'd be great to entice different players. But at the minute, this group have got the bit between the teeth. They're loving it. They're playing great. You can see what the fans, what they mean to the fans, and vice versa. So we've just got to take one game at a time, and we've got 3 games left. Well, 4, maybe 5, hopefully, if comes to fruition in Milan. But yeah, 3 league games, and we're now going into it confident. Tongue in cheek, I did say, can you take 18 from 18? Well, we've taken 9 from 9, so we'll see what happens, Tim. If you take 18 from 18, I think we'll be in the playoffs. If that's what happens. But it's one game at a time. It's just nice to win. It's nice to win, and it's nice to see the lads playing with freedom and pressure free.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that the scoreline doesn't tell is that I think we hit the bar 3 times as well.
Griffiths' strike second half was sublime. But yeah, the efforts in the first half, we just clicked. But we do click against it. It's that argument, isn't it? Go and sign some big, horrible player so they can play at Atherton and Lancaster. And I get so bored of that comment. It drives me insane. We can't do it. We're not going to do it. We're just going to get on with it. When we play football against big sides who play football on good surfaces, we come to our own. I'm not going to go out and sign 5 or 6 people who tear up a grass end pitch to kick it long so we can deal with it. We've got to get better at them places, but we're not Manchester United, we're not Liverpool. We haven't got a squad of 25, nor can we have one. These lads have just got to get better at adapting to it. But you can't ask them to play football one week like the way we do, and then have one training session and completely change the way you play the week after. It's just not going to happen. Some mindless people think it's going to happen, but it's not, and that's reality, and that's where we are at the minute. And the quicker we can progress through the leagues, and we all want that, and play on better services, I'm sure that we'll be better. But we've still got to go to the place. And that's no disrespect to them clubs at all. They work wonders, your Athertons, your Lancasters, your Whitbys, but we just don't perform as well there as what we do on a 4G at Morpeth or a lush Broadhurst Park. It's a fact. And if people don't like that, well, tough, to be honest. It's what we do, Tim.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's putting that to one side,
Yeah.
It was a fabulous result.
Yeah.
It's a very good side. Really should have been 6 or 7 to be honest. Towards the end, it was like what I call pulling legs off a spider at the time.
I've got to credit Mike Faulkner. Sometimes he's my assistant manager. Mike's meticulous on set pieces. You see when it went 3-2 and then Donahue arrived on 4-2. Mike's done loads of work on defensive shape, on attacking shape, on the corners we work on for and against. And today I thought the defensive corners, our shape was excellent, but we nullified their set pieces and then we scored off one. And that big sign in the dressing room, things that people don't see. That he spends hour after hour after hour researching, going through it with the lads, and it comes off. And like Mike turned to me and went, another well-executed set piece. You don't score that many in the season, but we've got one today, and credit where credit's due. You put your arm around him and say, well done, Mike, and he deserves a lot of praise there. It's not all about me or other players. There's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes, and that's the pleasing thing. And we're, as a team, as a full team, staff and players, we've enjoyed the last couple of weeks. That's 4 on the winning since Valencia, so we've had a good ride, and hopeful that the lads can finish the season strong, get on the plane to Milan with maybe a few reinforcements, get them the presentation even on the 12th of May, and just enjoy each other's company, because it's a long, old, close season when football's not here, so we've got to make sure that we enjoy the moments while we're here.
Yeah, and obviously it's only a quick turnaround. It's 48 hours, and we'll be talking to each other after the Ashton game on Monday.
Another delicious surface, that I just talked about. But we've got to get better, and I'm sure Ashton will be bubbly and bumpy, and you turn up, but we've got to be ready. We've got to be ready, and we're going there. Listen, we're not going on the back of 3 defeats. We're going on the back of 3 wins and 3 fantastic wins. So we're going there confident, but we know Gunny will have his team, drilled and want to beat us. There'll be a good crowd. And Ashton, the weather's going to be nice. It's Easter weekend, so get down, support the boys. Who knows? You don't know what results will happen on Monday. I don't even know what's gone on today, but if you can go there and win, dare to dream. I don't know. But we'll probably finish 3 points outside the playoffs, and we know why that was the case. So, but just listen, I thought the support was excellent today. There was a real good buzz around the ground, and it's nice to win it all on a Saturday. Quite a few people that want it, so yeah, good.
Yeah. The final home game of the season is here next Saturday against Stafford Rangers. Obviously, it's the end of season party for the fans, so obviously encourage everyone to get there.
What's our biggest gate of the season? 2,000 is it? We got there. Let's go and break it. Let's go and surpass it. Let's go and fill Broadhurst Park. We need every penny that we can get. We need everything. So let's fill it. Let's go and get 2,500 in here next week, and we'll do our best to get the win. And all the support, all the kind of donations we put will all go towards the football club. But I'd love to see 2.5 in here, and I said, that's a dream. Who knows? But I'm telling you now, if we get a win at Ashton, I think there might be 2.5 here next week. So let's see. But we'll enjoy tonight. We'll get a drink and then quick turnaround, get ready for Monday.
Max, congratulations. You're today's Joseph Holt's man of the match, I suppose, chosen by HSG Global. 2 goals again. It's just a habit for you, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, great game to be involved in. Obviously, on the Easter weekend, weather was unbelievable, and nice to get another 2 goals. Lads were class, just relentless and intense. So yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing that's always pleasing to see is basically a striker who just follows in, basically, because those sometimes feel like the easiest goals to score. You just have to be in the right time in the right place, but it's difficult anticipating, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I missed my penalty, and then I was just thinking to myself, it's going to come again. Rather than, getting down about it, I thought a chance will come, and then luckily, obviously, 2 came. So, just being in the right place at the right time for when Dante's done unbelievably well, and then he's at the bar, and then it's just bounced to me, and like you said, being in the right place at the right time, just headed it in, and then the other one made a run in behind, and what did I do? Knocked it past the keeper and just slotted it in. So yeah, buzzing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's probably quite a lot of pressure there because obviously you got around the keeper, and then you had probably about 30 odd yards to run, and personally, I was thinking would I shoot now, or would I keep running towards a goal and try and not get tackled and that sort of stuff? And you kind of did it about halfway, didn't you?
Yeah,
you got into the area and then rolled it in.
Well, yeah, I was like, so I knocked it past him, but I was still way out. So I was like, do I shoot? But then I just kept going, and then I seen that the defender was coming over and the keeper, so I thought I'll just have to whack at it, and it went in. So happy days.
Yeah, and then just slowly watch it over. It's not drifting well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, but yeah. Luckily it did.
Yeah, I mean, for people, obviously, when you joined, basically, we called out you were prolific at Clitheroe.
Yeah.
Basically, took you a couple of games, but basically, you've hit the ground running. I think it's about 7 now, is it, for FC?
Maybe 6 or 7.
6,
I'm not
7,
too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, last week, basically, we were at Morpeth, and we saw you basically took the ball, basically, and it was just an instinctive, it wasn't the cleanest of contacts, but it was that quick decision-making, and that first-time shot basically caught the goalkeeper, who, to be fair to him, he had a brilliant game last week.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, credit to the Morpeth keeper last week. He was good. Just got a little bit of room and just had a shot. And it went in, luckily. Yeah.
So I mean, it's fair to say that I think basically instinctively you're a striker. Basically, you can see that. How have you found obviously moving up a division from Clitheroe to sort of Northern Premier League? How have you found that?
Yeah. I found it. Like obviously, I've come from Clitheroe, a really good side in the league below, doing the playoffs, and yeah, great side. So I don't really know, to be honest. Yeah, I'd say it is similar. There's just a few different, situations and stuff. I don't really know. Yeah, it's similar, but just a bit more intense, I'd say. And you've got likes of South Shields and like Bamber Bridge today, good side. Ratcliffe, etc. It's just the teams at the top and stuff are, really good, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that we noticed, also we came through the North West counties, and every year as we progressed, we noticed that basically sort of the speed of the game that got that bit quicker, and the players got that bit more athletic. So
yeah, that's it.
Your time on the ball basically would be very limited, basically compared to probably or more limited to playing in that division below.
Yeah, 100%. As I say, it's just a bit more intense. Like the lads are fitter, stronger, bigger. So yeah, just allows less time on the ball. But then we're obviously around better players as well who can make room and stuff in those small situations, like where you got no space and stuff, and they'll find a pass out of nowhere. Like, to be honest, today with my goal, when Potsy just, the ball was coming to him first time or whatever happened, and he just played me right through over the top, and then got the score from it. So it's stuff like that. It's good.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, it's exciting to see you're basically a hard-working player, which is always good to see. Basically, especially that front end where basically it can make a difference.
Yeah.
Congratulations once again. You're the Joseph Holt man of the match.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.